This is the Just Steph Show, and I'm your host, Steph Palermo, your Italian Boston girl who's an empath, healer, and all-around seeker of wisdom. Tune in weekly for advice on how to live your best life at work, home, or play so you can feel groovy every day. Hello, I am so thrilled. You know what? I got this. This technology is killing me. The technology, I'm like, go away, buddy. The little guy keeps sending me a message because I'm trying to fix this stream. And, I said to him, I'm 54. Please make this easy. Please. And because of Facebook's outage, when was it? 2 days ago? Yesterday? I don't even know what day it was. Who cares? But because of that, I had to reset everything. So anyway, here I am. I'm Just Steph. It's the Just Steph Show. Everybody has two lives. The second one begins when you realize you only have one. We are second lifers. We're empty nesters, newly single, and those starting over. Age 3, your healthy, happy, hip years are just beginning. I can't even talk. You know what? I have to tell you, I had such a great time in Marshfield this past weekend. I went to the South Shore. So if you're from Boston, you know what I'm talking about. This is whole hate relationship with the North Shore and South Shore. But I have to say, I had such a great time all weekend long. I stayed in beautiful, historic Plymouth for the weekend to be close to the fairgrounds and all of that. And I'm just going to make sure this is all working. And I stayed close by. I had some great dinners. I went to the Sun Tavern. Big shout out to the ghosts at Sun Tavern because, yeah, there's ghosts there. And, they keep wanting me to go upstairs, but I won't go. There's an upstairs with a restroom up there. And I'm like, please, is there a restroom downstairs? Because I'm not going up there. And there was, thank God. But I met some great folks there. And Saturday all day at the Marshfield Fairgrounds with the Italian Cultural Festival, I met the president of the Dante Alighieri Society. I met the Boston Guido. Man, he was fun. I was interviewed on the radio. South Shore Radio was, I think is WTAP or DAP. Sorry. I'm 54. I'm having a senior moment. What are you going to do? Right. Anyway, so make sure you say hi, by the way. Say hi in the chat and in the comments. Let me know you're here. And of course, always ask any questions. I'm here for you to serve you and to guide you to your soul's proper path. And so anyway, just back to the Marshfield Fairgrounds. And I met so many great people. I did, we had a lot of card pulls and book signings, and I got to jump up on stage with the Boston Guido to talk about Just Steph and what I offer. These, of course, he asked where you're from. I'm like, Meffa in the house, Meffa girl here. So we had a few Meffa people in the audience, so that was kind of fun. So so let me see. Hi, Dina. How are you? Good morning. And make sure you say hi so I can always shout out to you and ask any questions you want. So I wanted to talk to you today about do you have to do it alone? Do you have to go it alone? And I'm one of those folks that I feel like I've walked my path alone. And yeah, to some degree, we all have to do our own thing. But I want to talk about community. And I think this is where the wheels are coming off. We're falling apart. We're becoming unhinged. There's no sense of community. And, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago about, the kid who didn't talk on the phone much and how can we raise this generation of folks that don't know how to communicate. But here's the problem. Here's what I want to suggest to you. You don't have to do things alone, because if you build a community that is supportive and encouraging as opposed to toxic and draining, then you have a really great chance at keeping that alignment, keeping that positive up upswing in your vibe. The thing is when you go to Sicily, Sicilians would much rather have coffee with their friends than get a second job. It's not about making a killing. It's not about sticking it to anybody. It's about being there for your friends and being there for your family. And that community is what feeds you. Then you're not going out looking for love in all the wrong places. So who's in your community? I'm asking you. Maybe you can answer. If you're watching this broadcast, who do you have in your corner? Who's in your corner? Who's in your corner? Is it Mickey? If you're a boxer, you understand what I'm saying. Who's in your corner? Who's got you? Who's the one that's cutting your eye open so you can see? Helping you. Who's helping you advance? Who's keeping you back? Who's hanging out with you? Who are you having, over for coffee or for dinner? Your community will help you to live that full life. It's important. We're wired. Do you understand? We're created to live in community. So people like hermits and people who go out in the desert and pray all alone, although a lofty vocation, it's contrary to our human nature. We're created to live in community. From way back caveman days, we moved in packs, all together. The community that surrounds you is that which will help sustain you through the ups and downs in life. I ask you to take a good look at first of all, at yourself, and see if there's something missing in your life. Is it something that just doesn't, your heart is a little bit longing, or you're just not satisfied with what you have going on in your life and in your world? And then start asking yourself questions. What is going on here? Why do I feel this way? Why is something lacking? Is it because you're not happy in your career? You're not happy in your love relationships? You're not happy in your home or with your bank account? And I can assure you that behind that, underneath all that, take a look at your community. Are you surrounding yourself with folks that don't engage in self-care, that don't really care about themselves enough to care about you? Are you communing with folks that are trying to that are striving for better in their life, striving for good things? Because if they are, they're going to want the people around them to be doing the same things. Are you surrounding yourself with folks who are physically or emotionally or intellectually or spiritually subpar? And I'm not saying everybody has to be perfect in every area or completely balanced, because that's really impossible. But I'm saying, are these people lacking in good character? Do they you see people, they, my mother always said, show me your friends and I'll tell you what you are. You hang around with drug addicts, you're a drug addict. That's what I used to hate it when I was a kid, but it's so true. And I told my kids, look, even if you're not the ones doing the drugs in the party, when the police come in, they're rounding everybody up. It's the same thing here. It's the same principle. Show me your friends and I'll tell you what you are. Because we either dummy down or we strive to improve our lives. Are you dummying down? Look at the community. Look at your people. Look at your significant other. It's great to have people in your life that it's a balance. Like someone might be better at this, or someone is really working hard on their physical well-being. And then you have another friend who is really, really bright, or somebody who is really, really spiritual. And these are people that it's sort of that nice blend of folks in your life who help to encourage you to be the best version of you. And with that said, sometimes we need help with that. We don't know where to look. Sometimes, especially in very ethnic communities, we have our friends from our whole lives. A lot of those friends happen to be family. So what do? These are people we love, we want in our lives, we want at our table. But sometimes they are the ones that tear us down. So we have to look at that. Just be careful of that. Yeah, we want those people that we love. We don't have to get them out of our lives, but we may have to, put up a little barrier and maybe put on la 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 la, I can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying. Sometimes we have to do that. So I'm going to, that's what I have for you today. I hope if you have any questions or concerns, you can email me. Let's see, where's my, let me find my email address here. You can email me at steph@juststeph.com with any questions you have. Of course, you can always find me on social media. Send me a message and let me know if you have any questions or concerns, or if I can help you in any way at all. And I thought about this morning when I was meditating about, why I always go, why would what I say matter to anybody? And, on a superficial level, you can't worry about what anybody else is thinking or their opinion. But when you have people in your life, and whether it's me, another coach, a spiritual advisor, a therapist, be sure you trust them enough. However, somebody like me is going to be very sort of all up in your grill. I had this, I had a client this week where I just said, yeah, no, this is not going to work for you. You need to make these changes now. It's not going to work. Do you hear yourself? And I will be that way. I said, you have a choice. You don't have to do it, but yeah, you need to. This is not the life that you want. And that's the type of guide I am. I'm your spiritual guide. I'm like the prophet from the Old Testament. They came in and they said, you better cut that out or you're going to end up in exile. And then they killed the prophet and end up in exile. But that's what I'm talking about, folks. That kind of guidance, the guidance that is channeled through me from the divine. And that's who and what I am. And so let me say, first, before I pull a card, I'm going to say hi. Hi, Sophia. You have your spiritual team. That's awesome. And you have a network of friends who I support and receiving support always. Great. And I'm glad for you. That's the way to roll. So I have a couple of cards I'm going to pull, and I've shuffled And I'm going to pull a grace card, and I'm going to pull one of these divine energy oracle cards for you. Accept what is dying. Now, this isn't a physical death. This is the life that you thought was great, or you thought was the way to be, or even a mindset. Is this your mindset that is dying? Because what's going to happen is you will have resistance, whatever you're trying to do, or even those relationships that I just spoke about that don't help you, that don't serve you. Accept what is dying. Let it go. If you need help, and sometimes you need help letting it go. I can help you with that. But accept what is dying. Figure it out. There's things that are going away. And this happens even with the ebb and flow of life. Things come into your life and things go, and you learn and you grow and you move on. And, you look back and you go, oh boy, oh boy. So accept what is dying. That's this card right here. Let me pull a grace card for you, because I love you so much. You know I do. Totally love you. Peace. Before I even read this, you have to understand that the bottom line in all this is peace. It's a peaceful life that's joyful and filled with love and laughter and great relationships, healthy relationships. That's peaceful. Peace is not having that anxiety every day that things aren't the way you want it to be, or that you have to deal with certain people or certain experiences. Peace is breathing. Peace. When we balance silence with activity, we discover true peace of mind, the source of all joy and happiness. So peace of mind is the source of all joy and happiness. That's what this is saying. Are you peaceful? Are you at peace with yourself and with your life and the people around you? So that's what I have for you today. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to be back with the Just Stuff Rules of Dating if all this technology works out right. And of course, more for you on Friday. Hopefully, Love Card Friday, because it's been a while. All this technology has been kind of crazy. Mercury's in retrograde, but I have my lepidolite right here helping me out, clearing the energy. I got my little rose quartz for love, because you can always have more love. So I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous day. Take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart and love always. Know I love you all, wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. I love you. I do.
Thanks for tuning in to the Just Steph Show. I really care about you, your happiness, and helping you make great choices for your life. So tune in next week for more wisdom from me. In the meantime, follow me on my Just Steph Facebook page, on Twitter at Steph Palermo. My Instagram account is JustSteph1, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Steph Palermo. See you